Hi, I'm Chad with Move for Guitar. This lesson is from our series Guitar Chords for Beginners. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play an open C sus2 chord. First off, if you'd like to get the diagram for this chord, the chord chart, you can click the link on the screen and it'll take you to an eGuide that you can download for free. And this eGuide includes this chord as well as a whole bunch of other beginner chords that are really useful to learn. It has really common beginner chords as well as less common ones. And not only do I show you how to play the chords, give you diagrams for those, but I show you how to put the chords together into chord progressions. So it includes a whole bunch of chord progressions that I have taken from the chords in the eGuide and put them together in sequences so you can see how they go together in a musical situation, and it'll also give you ideas of how to put these chords together into your own chord progressions. So if you'd like to get that eGuide for free, just click the link on the screen and you can download that. So here's a C sus2 chord. And I put this in the beginner series because it's an open chord, and I think if you've been playing other open chords for a while, that if you work on this you can get it. But it's definitely not one of the first chords you should learn, and if you don't know a bunch of open chords like your G major, your A minor, E minor, and all the basic ones, there's a link in the description that'll take you to lessons on how to play all those, which you should learn first. But like I said, I'm putting this in the beginner series because it's an open chord, and if you can learn it early on, it will add a lot to your playing and add a lot of spice to your playing. So the fingering for this chord is your third finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret. Then you leave the next 2 strings open. And then your first finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. And then your 4th finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. So it's a pretty big stretch. And you really have to arch up your 3rd finger to avoid blocking out the 4th string. So that's going to be pretty difficult at first. So you really have to have an arch here in your joint. If it's bent back at all, you're going to meet that string out. And you really have to be on the tips of your other fingers to keep from blocking any other strings out. And with this chord, you're muting out the 6th string. So you just do that with the tip of your 3rd finger. Just lightly touch up underneath the string, keep that from ringing out, and then you can strum through the whole chord and not have to worry about it. But that's definitely a note you want to block out, because if you leave that 6th string in, it's no longer a sus chord, which I don't want to get into the theory of that, but you just really need to block out the 6th string. So this is definitely a more difficult beginner chord, so don't get frustrated. If it's really difficult for you, just walk away from it, learn more chords that are easier, and then come back to it, and eventually your hand will be able to play it. Like I said, if you can learn this early on, it will really add a lot to your playing. And if you'd like to get the chord chart for this, as well as a bunch of other beginner chords, like I mentioned, you can click the link on the screen and download that eGuide for free, which has this chord, a bunch of other chords, and chord progressions. And you'd be able to see how to put this chord into a chord progression and make it usable, use it in a musical situation. So click the link on the screen, you can download that for free, and it'll be really useful to you. So this is an open C sus2 chord.